It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I am here today to guide you through your core and stretch class. We're going to get started in just about 4 minutes. I do encourage you to take this time to just get up out of your chair, move your body around. Maybe you just kind of step side to side. Maybe you walk around whatever room it is that you're hanging out in, or the whole house. Grab yourself a glass of water. We won't have any specific water breaks during class, but as always, you're welcome to grab water as or when you need it. Having some sips before class would be a super smart idea. All right. Bribe your pets, bribe your roommates, bribe your children. Give them some snacks is basically what I mean. Nice little healthy snack. Right, Fred? Getting some high protein nuts so you'll leave me alone. Uh, we're going to get started standing today. We do have some forward folds coming up, so if it's challenging for you to reach down towards the floor, have maybe a chair or blocks nearby to help you create that fold. And that's about that. Come over here, check on the interwebs. Yep, there's Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck is thriving and surviving after his dental surgery this week. Yes, somebody had 5 teeth removed. It was this little man. Come say hi to the people. Yeah, it was this little man. He's had a hard week, everyone. And in the last video, you kept hearing me tell him no. But hopefully today he'll just relax here. And besides the ab portion, hopefully he'll just relax here too. This time. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm gonna go find where I put my glass of water. Let's do this, everyone. It's time. Well, it's just about time. All right. So, hello, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. And we're going to get started just standing in mountain pose. So, make any adjustments that you want to your costume right now. It means I'll tuck in my shirt a little in the back for some modesty. Great. And then firmly plant those feet, either hips width distance apart or maybe feet side by side. Start grounding through your feet. So really pressing through all 4 corners, both sides of the heels, pressing the balls of the feet down, but maybe you can still wiggle your toes so that you don't have the weight too far forward. Keep a soft little bend in your knee and just notice what's happening with your upper body. So work to take any extreme rounding in either direction out. So we want to gently tuck that pelvis under to align the hips on top of the heels. Draw that rib cage in just to make sure that you're not overarching that back and flaring your ribs out. Pulling that rib cage in, belly button comes back towards the spine, and then take your shoulders, pull them up and roll them down and back. So your heart and chest are lifted, but you're working your abs already by knitting that rib cage in together. Fingertips relax down towards the floor. Feel free to close your eyes here. Just slow down your breath. So you're getting some engagement right now through the upper back. Shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other, like you're pinching a pencil between those shoulder blades, but not at the loss of the knitting together of this rib cage here at the front. So much upper body is working, decompressing shoulders down towards the floor, stretching fingers towards the floor. Let's take 2 more slow breaths right here. All right, next up, we're just gonna start getting some small movements. So first movement is gonna be with the head, the neck. So think about keeping this lower body as still as possible, but using your nose to guide you and your eyes as well. Look up towards the ceiling, but not flaring that rib cage out. So your rib cage is still knit, your pelvis is still gently tucked forward. It's a little squeeze in those glutes. And you're just looking up as much as feels right for you without bringing that arch to that upper back. And then exhale, same thing as you tuck your chin towards your chest and look towards the floor. Depending how you're feeling today, maybe you're not moving your neck at all. Maybe you're just working to find some movement in your eyes, getting a nice stretch for that ocular nerve. Because I promise you that where your eyes go, your body is going to follow. Which is also, why we talk about relaxing your eyes to relax your mind. And maybe it won't happen today, but with time, if you continue to focus, if you continue looking towards where you want to be, then hopefully it comes your way with practice. It just takes a lot of practice. All right. Next time chin comes towards your chest, make sure you're still squeezing those shoulder blades towards each other. And then lift your chin back up to neutral. So let's start to get some movement in those arms. Go ahead, bend one arm to bring your thumb close towards your shoulder. And then your fingers are going to gently stretch up towards the ceiling. Maybe you even paint on your earlobe with your fingers as you stretch, whichever hand you decided to start with, all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep pulling that core in. And then exhale, lead with the elbow on the way down. And then arm relaxes down by your side. And then other arm. So I'm using both the inhale and the exhale to complete each range of motion. Inhale as my fingers come towards my shoulder. Exhale as I stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale as the elbow leads to bring the arm down. Exhale as hand reaches down towards the floor. Let's get that other side one more time. So we're starting off really nice and slow with our breath today, and we're going to keep moving slowly, even through the ab work, focusing on these nice slow breaths. Let's get one more time each side. Maybe reach a little further this time. Awesome. This time, let's bring both hands up towards the ceiling. So inhale, bend your elbows towards bend your elbows, bring thumbs towards your shoulders. Exhale, stretch both arms up. We're going to keep both arms up. Go ahead, relax one side down. Inhale, find some lifted length, pull that core in, and exhale, reach over towards the side. Make sure you're not collapsing your chest down towards the floor, that your shoulders aren't drawing all the way up towards your ears. So with that back still engaged, like you're squeezing that pencil, you're just going to find the stretch that works for you. So I know that I'm still feeling a little bit tight, a little bit sore in this arm that I have raised. They got the shot, so I don't have the same range of motion here, and that is okay. Go ahead, inhale yourself back up. Exhale, bring that opposite arm down. Inhale, press through your heels, find that lifted leg, and exhale, Reach over towards the side. Squeeze those shoulder blades back together, shoulders away from the ears. Just find the reach that works for you. So stretching from your fingers, pushing through your hips. Maybe your opposite hand traces down your thigh. On your next inhale, lift yourself up. Both arms come up. Go ahead. Walk your feet out wider than shoulders with distance apart, and exhale your arms down in line with shoulders. Notice if you were really overarching that back again, and pull your rib cage in. Keep your eyes forward, looking forward as you start to come down. So eyes are gently creating a line all the way down, and then bam, you see the floor. Bring your hands down on the floor and shift that weight forward a little bit so that instead of stretching your hips all the way towards the back of the room, you're working to stack those hips in line with your heels. And this is a great opportunity to use that block or maybe have your hands on a chair if the floor feels a little too far away, so you can enjoy a nice flat back here. Take that rounding out of your back. Take a moment here, shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then I want you to think about releasing any wrinkles that you have in your neck. So finding that nice long neutral spine, and then see if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together, a little scapular squeeze to create a little extra space within the neck. Cool. Great. Keep one hand down on the floor, your choice, and then inhale the opposite arm up towards the ceiling. Really press into your hand palm. Work to stack and lift your chest so your armpit is over your shoulder, and then look up to the ceiling as you can. Can you stack your two shoulders together? You really have to press into the floor. Find that lifted length. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, carefully release down towards the floor. Next inhale, opposite arm stretches up towards the ceiling. Keep using that breath. So press into your hand palm. Use that inhale to open up your chest. You're drawing that shoulder back. You're turning your chest gently towards the side wall to really work to stack those shoulders. And you're probably feeling a nice big stretch towards the inner thigh of the leg with the hand you have down towards the floor. One more big inhale. Exhale. Relax and release that hand towards the floor. Press into your toes, turn your heels in, bring those toes out. So your feet are pointed at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to bend those knees down, come into a supported squat, and then inhale, lift those legs back up towards the ceiling. Just moving with your breath. Exhale, bring it on down into that squat. Inhale. Press up towards the ceiling. Maybe take a little rounding in that back on that inhale. Exhale. Bring it down. Really think about stretching those knees out so that your knees are still pointing in line with your toes. Exhale, find that lift. Instead of letting those knees start to fall in. So maybe don't go down quite as low while you really think about stretching the outsides of the legs a little more towards the back of the room. Inhale, find that lift. Last one, exhale, bring it down. While here, transfer your hands one at a time onto those thighs and get a big shoulder stretch. So drop one shoulder down. Inhale and come through to the other side. Inhale back through center, bring your hands to the floor, and go ahead, bring those knees down towards the floor. Give yourself a couple cat-cows right here. And then take a moment, send your hips back towards your heels. You can open those knees nice and wide. Find yourself in child's pose. Maybe you have your hands all the way forward. Maybe you take a bend in your elbows. Bring your fingers back towards your neck for a massage. Maybe you take a bend in your elbows like goalpost arms. You find what's relaxing for you. Oh my gosh, this child's pose neck massage, I'm gonna tell you, feels amazing right now. I hope whatever you went for feels equally relaxing. All right. What say we get into some ab work? Go ahead, press yourself back up into tabletop. Cross your legs behind you. Walk your hands back. Find yourself in a seated position. Let's just take a moment as we pass through in the seated position of your choice. So with that head lifted above the heart, coming back to our breath once again. Knit that rib cage in, belly button back towards spine, all the same principles that we started with that might have disappeared right after that. Child's pose. One more big breath here. Awesome. So we've returned to those really slow breaths. And remember, we're going to keep those long, slow flows of breath as we get into our ab work today. We've got just about a 6-minute circuit. So we've got 6 different exercises that we're going to do. They're all kind of similar and build off of each other. Let's lay down on our back. We're going to start. We're going to start with the stretch. So we're coming into a figure 4. First, I'm going to tuck my shirt in like a real cool lady who tucks her shirt into her leggings. That's what the cool kids do. That's what they tell me. All right, so go ahead with one knee bent, extend the other leg up towards the ceiling, point and flex your foot. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction. Make those circles in the opposite direction. And then go ahead, cross that ankle over your bent knee and open that knee out towards the side. We're in a figure 4 stretch. And we're going to do a figure 4 crunch. That's going to be our first move. Hold on. Let me notice real fast what our second move is. Cool. All right. So we've got 1 minute of work. And when that minute ends, we've got 5 seconds before we transition into the next move, I believe. Yes. And on that 5 seconds, we're going to hold in our crunch, getting a little extra squeeze of that core. And then we're going to move right into the next exercise. So we got 6 minutes of work. Remember, we're going to keep the action nice and slow, but if you need to take an extra break and join back in when you can. All right, so bringing those hands up close towards your head, but not interlacing fingers behind the back of the head, because then you can sometimes apply a lot of pressure on the back of the head and lead with the neck. So just knuckles right by your hands, or if that is really uncomfortable or you're having any shoulder issues, you can always just cross your hands over your chest. Awesome. But you get a little bit more chest opening and work in the upper body with those arms nice and open. All right, so we just got a crunch. That's going to be our first move. It's just crunching it out from right here. You got it? All right, 3, 2, 1, begin. So just lifting on the inhale, exhale, lower. Sorry, I lied. Let's exhale up, inhale down. Nice and slow. Keeping that neck neutral in line with that spine. Finding the lift that works for you today. Lower back is staying glued down on the floor. And you're using that exhale to really squeeze here at the end. We got about 10 more seconds before we're going to hold it at the top for 5. Ready? Hold it at the top. Awesome. This time we're going to bring our leg in. So as we crunch up, leg comes up, knee stay bent. Exhale, tap that toe down. Sorry, inhale. Tap that toe down. You're still breathing. So just lifting and lowering. If you can imagine it, there's going to be a little cross-body crunch coming up in a little bit. You want to challenge yourself here as that leg comes up. Extend the leg and then tap it down. Hold it. While you're reaching here, extend those arms forward, reach those arms. And now leg comes all the way down, heel comes towards the floor, arms come up overhead, and then exhale. A little bit fuller range of motion, still with that figure four stretch here. Still moving really slowly with your breath. I'm finding a little extra hold here, getting all the stale air out. And if you need to, you can have that bend in your knee. Or maybe your heel doesn't come as close towards the floor. So close, y'all. Oh my gosh, 10 more seconds. We're going to get a nice quick little stretch after this. Awesome. Oh yeah, find that hold last time. Great. Go ahead, plant that foot down on the floor. Arms can stay by your side. We're going to press up into a single leg glute bridge and lower back down. If you want a little bit more challenge, arms can come up overhead, or you can even alternate with those arms. I'm just going to reach those arms up overhead. Hello. Hello, Mr. Needy Dog. This is apparently a great time to pet the dog. When we get to our hold, we're just going to stay lifted, find a nice stretch into that hip, nice and high with that glute bridge. So you're still just moving at the pace of your breath right here. Right, Uncle Buck? Right. We got 2 more moves to go after this one. Awesome. Next up, we've got a bicycle crunch. So go ahead, extend the same arm as the leg that's bent and crossed over. We're going to bring it all in, find that crossbody crunch, and then lower down. Remember, no pressure with those fingertips across the back of the head. Options to make it a little bit harder, extending that leg up towards the ceiling, and then bringing that bent knee and toe down towards the floor. So you can apply a little bit of pressure into that extended arm to help you find a little bit of lift here. Our very last move is going to be just that upper body crunching. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down. Now just the upper body crunches to the side. Getting this oblique work here. And the very end, you're still pulling that rib cage in together. If you want, you can extend that arm out to really resist the temptation to apply pressure on the back of your head. Oh, great work, y'all. We got 20 seconds left to go, and then we are done with this side. So make sure you remember which knee you have bent right now so that you do the opposite side next time around. And you can do it Are you ready to find a nice stretch right here? I know I am. Awesome. So go ahead, extend both arms out towards the side. You can either keep your legs where they are or take a slightly deeper cross. Relax over to the side into a spine twist. Bring your neck to the party and look in the opposite direction of your knees. Just take some deep breaths. Awesome. Whichever direction your knees are pointing, go ahead, close your arms like a book. Let's take a moment, press ourselves up. I just noticed that I'm like an advertisement for a pet cleaner, a floor pet cleaner that will not be named as they are not paying me. All right. So come back into Sukhasana for just a moment. Take some big breaths. Maybe even give yourself some seated cat cows here. Still working on just keeping that breath really nice and slow. We got one more round through, which is great because we got just enough time for one more round. Time flies when you're having fun, when you're burning those abs so good. All right, so take your time. Let's come onto our backs once more. Go ahead. Start with those knees bent. Take a slight little tuck of that pelvis. Lower back is down on the floor. You have the back of your shoulders and head relaxed on the mat. Other leg stays bent and opposite leg extends up towards the ceiling. Point and flex those toes. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction, in the opposite direction. Go ahead, cross your leg over, come into that figure four. Bring your knuckles close by your ears, or you can always just keep your hands extended or cross over your chest. We start in 3, 2, 1. Draw that lower belly in, crunching up and down. So exhale up, inhale down. And if you need to, you can reach those arms forward, or you can cross your hands over your chest. Just find what works for you. Just do your best to try a couple different things to eliminate the excuse of just saying, oh, that's too hard. Or, you know what? It's uncomfortable for me to do it like X, so I'm not going to do it at all. Find a way that you can make the move happen, even if it means that you're sitting in a chair and you're doing this crunch from a seated position, a little bit less challenging, a little more supported. Are you ready to hold it at the top? Because we've got about 3 seconds. Hold it. Not your breath, though. Still breathing. Awesome. This time, bringing that leg up and down. I'm going to change my arms because it's starting to make my shoulder feel really tired. I would rather change my arm position than hurt myself or have to quit too early. Ooh, good work. And remember, you can make this a little bit more challenging as you crunch in, extend one leg, and then tap that toe all the way down. Still breathing, keeping it slow, keeping control of that breath. 5 seconds till we find our hold, and then extend those arms. Ready? Extend your arms in front of you. Crunch it up a little higher, and then whole body move. Arms come all the way up overhead. Exhale. Get those shoulders off the mat. Oh, my abs are burning. Working to gently tap that heel down to the floor. We're halfway through. Oh my gosh. Keep going. Keep going. 5 seconds till we find that hold. I'm just going to hold here. 5, 4, 3. Lift up a little higher. Awesome. Plant that extended foot down. Go ahead. Lift on up into that glute bridge. Using that breath. Remember, you can have your arms down by your side to help you stay braced. You can challenge yourself by bringing those arms up overhead. I'm a little less stable on this side, so I'm going to keep those arms down on the floor. Remember, when we get to the 5-second hold this time, we're going to hold it while lifted in that glute bridge. Make sure you're not jamming your ankle bone against your upper thigh. You can still make some circles with that ankle. 10 seconds left. Then we just got 2 more moves. 3, 2, hold it up at the top. Awesome. Take that cross body crunch. So find the little bicycle here. I guess bicycle actually does have a little bit more of the twist, whereas I'm still kind of keeping it to one side. If you want, you can extend that arm. We just have those legs still working. So as you crunch up, knees come in, so they're meeting each other, elbow and knee meet each other. Like long lost friends. Hello. Hello. And then in the next move, they'll pretty much just kind of wave at each other from maybe a little more distance as we keep that foot planted on the floor, and we'll just lift that upper body. So close, y'all. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, hold that crunch, hold that crunch. Plant that foot, just upper body. Really find that cross body crunch. I'm throwing a little chop with that arm. Encourage myself to reach a little further. Climbing that mountain. That mountain of challenge, y'all. Because I know it's getting hard here and the end seems kind of far, but just each breath, we're getting a little bit closer. This is the last move of the day. Oh, awesome. Extend your arms out to the side. Go ahead, roll over onto your hip. Come into your spine twist. Oh, that feels so great right now. I hope that you're feeling super amazing too. Let's take 3 more breaths here in this spine twist. Nice and slow. I hope you're feeling so proud of yourself. I know that the ab moves that we did today were pretty challenging. We had a long set, and one of the hardest things was knowing the same moves were coming up on the opposite side. Let's go ahead, close those arms like a book. Make your way into tabletop. Give yourself a couple cat-cows here. Oh, think about finding, oh my gosh, a little shake in that shoulders, a little look over the shoulders side to side. Little extra squeeze, twist into those obliques. And that's all the time that we have for today, y'all. Let's make our way back to our feet together. So go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a moment in down dog. So this time, find that tilt of your pelvis, a little extra arch of that lower back. And then push your hands palms into the floor to create a little extra space and stretch. Great. Go ahead, walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands. Enjoy the stretch on the back of your legs one more time. And then carefully, slowly roll yourself all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. At the top, let's get a big stretch on our bellies. So shoulders relax down, and then inhale, arms all the way up. Look up towards the ceiling. Try and touch the ceiling. Feel that stretch on your lower belly from reaching up. So nice and high. Drop one arm down. Find that side bend like we did at the beginning. Inhale that arm back up. Side bend to the other side. Inhale both arms up. Exhale, arms come down. See if you can interlace those fingers behind your back. I'm a little tight. I can't quite get them today, but I can cross a thumb. Relax and release your shoulders down. Release that clench of your hands. Bring them forward. Ooh, interlace fingers. Press your inner palms towards the front of the room. Lift yourself up and relax your arms one more time. Great work today. Ooh, think about taking some extra stretches, maybe just some twists while you're sitting in your chair throughout the rest of your work day. I hope you're feeling good. I can't wait to see you all again later this week. Friday, we've got some yin yoga coming your way.